Jeff, thanks for coming by. You're with SmarterTools.
I am. Thank you for having me, Larissa.
My pleasure. So what we're going to do is, I really, first of all, want to get to know your business, SmarterTools. Just explain to me exactly what it is you do and how you do it.
Wonderful. SmarterTools, we've been around since 2003. We have 3 core products. We have a Windows-based mail server, Smarter Mail. It's an industry leader. BlackBerry synchronization, archiving, the whole works. It's one of the most stable in the market. We have SmarterStats, which is a weblog analytics product, statistical reporting, data mining. And then we have our newest product, which is SmarterTrack. And that is a complete customer service solution. It's got live chat, ticketing, reporting, who's on, real-time analytics. It's really an amazing product. I think it's going to be a big one for us.
And so what changes have you seen develop since you've started? What huge changes? The biggest one you can think of?
Well, I think one of the biggest ones is that we kind of bet right. When we started, Linux servers had, 70–80% of the web hosting market, and Windows was an up-and-comer, and it was growing rapidly. And now I think that the latest Netcraft data I've seen is that, Windows is closing the gap pretty well. So there's a lot of Windows hosting companies out there who need our products and services. So I think that's been a huge change. I think one of the next things is the whole web-based application. Something we've been doing since we were founded. It's now mainstream, and we've got to have a head start on some of our competitors.
So what do you think has allowed SmarterTools to survive in an industry that tends to be a bit saturated?
I could be glib.
Yeah.
Quality,
Go ahead, be glib.
Quality products, very stable products. And we built our products initially for our hosting market. So like our Smarter Mail product, it was built for thousands of domains and tens of thousands of users from the start. That was the core. Our founder, Tim Usanti, actually built and founded a web hosting company and grew it, sold it to a publicly traded company. And these tools sprang from his knowledge in that industry. So a lot of our competitors have a position where they built for an enterprise, they built for a single business with a couple of domains and a few thousand users, and then they have to moderate or modulate those products to be adaptable for the hosting market. We come down, so we scale up and we scale down very, very well.
All right, so what do you see happening in the next couple of years in terms of SmarterTools as far as growth goes?
A lot of people ask me this question. I write extensively on cloud computing. I've done some presentations on it. I have done some academic work in economics. So people ask me how are we going to be impacted. I think that the whole technological industry is going to weather the storm rather well. I think that we had our slapdown in 2000, 2001 when we had our bubble. This bubble is really financial services and real estate and construction, and there was a serious bubble there. But there's really not a bubble in technology right now. And if you look at it this way, especially in the hosting market, when people are pushed out of their job and they're displaced, what do they look to do? They look to start their own business. They look to start their own construction company. They see this as an opportunity, and they all will need websites. So I see that. I see this slowing down a little bit. Maybe people are buying the premium packages that they purchased, but I think that the low end of the market is going to sustain itself and probably some substantial growth. And that from here, that only means positive news for the future, because a few of those people will grow into big companies, and then they'll grow from shared environment, then they'll go to VPS, then they'll need dedicated, and who knows what they want from there. I also think that cloud computing is real, but I think that the industry as a whole has a huge problem. It's because everybody who says cloud computing means something completely different. Some mean just clustering. Some mean true grid computing. Some people just mean redundant systems with failover, and they all call it cloud computing. I think that we have to solve that problem so that the industry knows exactly what they mean when they say cloud computing. So those are my 2 pet issues for the next 2 years.
So what do you think? How do you think they will solve that? You feel like it needs to be solved. So, in your opinion, how does that get solved?
Thanks. I did a presentation at PubCon in November on this, and it's one of our most popular blog posts ever. Thousands and thousands of hits and refers, and a couple extra podcasts that came from it on this particular issue. And I think that what we're really driving for is ubiquity. What I mean by that is, like right now, the Azure system, if I wrote my applications for the Azure system, it stays in the Azure system. If I write it for the Amazon Web Services, it's kind of locked in. They're a little more flexible because it's really just kind of a sophisticated shared hosting environment, but you purely can't go from cloud to cloud. Right now, in conventional hosting, if I get sick of my hosting company, I just get another hosting company I can move. And once they realize that they can't lock people in, that there's going to be a natural economic resistance to being locked into one particular platform, I think that we will be forced to have unified standards, just like we have unified standards for email, just like we have unified standards for internet protocols, just like we have unified standards for all methods of communication, for all types of hosting. Unified standards will come to cloud computing as well.
Interesting. Let's talk about your podcasting.
Sure.
When did you start podcasting?
You know, I've been very fortunate. Everybody else is podcasting for me. I've done 4 in the last month where people have been reading some of the articles and blogs we posted, seen some of the participation we have, and they've been looking to us to provide them with content. So it's been on multiple blogs and posts all around. I can provide you a list. They're escaping me right now.
Okay, that's all right.
Sure.
No, so you don't directly record them yourself, but
No.
where can people find them? I guess you don't know. You mentioned them.
Well, we linked them all to the media relations page of our website, SmarterTools.com, and we have a media link, and they're all listed right there. And there's also some cross-linking in actually our company blog, which is available from the website as well.
Okay, cool. Well, it was great chatting to you today, Jeff.
It was wonderful. Nice
I'm
seeing
really
you.
happy to have met you, and I wish you the best of luck in the next couple of years. I think you guys, I think you're going to do great. And having spoken to you about like your optimism through this hard time, I think that's great. We need a little more of that,
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah,
I think it's
thanks a lot.
Wonderful talking to you.
You too.
Thanks.
Take care.
Have a good day.
Good.